So here today I have my massive decoupage papers, the 3D papers, specifically my massive stamps, and we are all set to alter this glass bottle. Now first I'm going to start with a massive stamping, and yes, answering all your queries, can we use chalk paints with massive stamps? Absolutely yes. So this is how it looks, and yes, of course, do check our website for the complete collection of massive stamps. We have a lot of designs and different sizes, so you guys can check that. Now, how to use your chalk paints? Just dab your chalk paints with your sponge dauber on your massive stamps and do the stamping on your base. And you can see here, I have not used any of the primers for the base. I have directly used my chalk paint. Now here I have just done one design. Then I'm going to try this out really well with my heat gun. And then I will be moving on to the next step. Now the next step is of course to use the different stamp with different colors, and trust me friends, this bottle in person looks absolutely amazing and beautiful. Now here what I have is my script stamp. So I was actually juggling between the script and the grid stamp, but yes, finally I'm using my script stamp, and you can see how beautiful this looks. Now this is a mini script stamp, and yes, like I said, we have a lot of designs in the script stamps also, so you can check all of those collections on our website. I have posted all the links in the video description box also. Now when it comes to using your paints, I always prefer to use the chalk paints because it makes your project looks absolutely matte and absolutely amazing. Now जब भी आप बॉटल में अपना decoupage art या mixed media art कर रहे हैं, please to make sure that your layers are dried up really well. So here you will see me using a lot of heat gun. हर एक chalk paint layering के बाद में again I'm using my heat gun. So this is an ongoing process which you need to follow and give your project an ample amount of time to dry out. Now it's time for the third massive stamp, and this is a grid. This is again one of my favorite. So honestly, with all the stamps whatever I use, you will like keep me hearing saying this is one of my favorite, because all of them are my favorite, designed by me, so I absolutely adore them. Now the third shade what I have picked up here is an orange color chalk paint, and you can see how beautiful this grid stamps looks like. Now how to clean these stamps? It's super easy. Soak them in water for like 2-3 hours, and then just clean it with your any of the baby soaps or anything, and I guess you are done. I have already done a detailed tutorial on my YouTube channel. You guys can check that. That's a dedicated video on massive stamping and the various ways to use it, and I'm sure you guys are going to love it. Now holding on your mini stamps and doing the background stamping, especially on the bottles, is super easy, and that's the reason instead of doing any other element, I just thought of doing the background stamping. Now it's time for my 3D work, and these are the beautiful butterflies which I have, and yes, I just thought of using my scissor to cut this so that I can create beautiful layers. If you want, you can have the complete set and do the layering work, but I wanted to have the different pieces so that I can just play around with the shapes a lot. Now with your shaping tool, you just need to use your mat or your base and keep on rolling it in a circular motion, and your 3D work is going to just come out really well. It's time to assemble everything. So here are my base pieces. So these decoupage papers, the 3D papers, actually have 3 sheets. So you can use the base layer, and then you can add 2 more layers of detailing. If you want, you can have all the 3 layers of detailing. Now here I'm sticking my base paper with the heavy duty glue gun. So please do make sure that you use a heavy duty glue gun. They are not going to come out easily from your bases. That is something which I've experienced with these big and the heavy duty glue gun, so I absolutely prefer that. But please be careful when you are using this because they are like super hot. Now once I'm done with the sticking of my base, I am going to add a few more little butterflies here and there, and meanwhile I am going to add some nice 3D layers to this. Now this is a very interesting way. Whenever you are doing your layering work, especially with your glue gun, if you are using your cardboard pieces, it's absolutely fine. You just need to stick it. Whenever you are doing it with your glue gun, make sure you add one layer of glue gun, let it dry so that the 3D effect is there. And then to stick it, you can have more layers of your glue gun. So this is going to help you with adding a lot of layers and elements to your bases. Now, as you can see, my first layer of glue gun has dried out on the base. So I'm sticking the second layer, and you just need to wrap it around, because till your glue gun is wet, you can just fold and flap and they look absolutely amazing. So like I mentioned earlier, this pack of 3D papers have 3 sheets. So either you can play around with the layers, 2 layers, 1 layer, or just have the flat pieces. It depends on what kind of artwork and what kind of look and feel you want with your project. So now after adding the final layer, my project is done and it looks absolutely amazing and beautiful. And yes, of course, I'm going to seal it with my varnish, 2 coats of varnish off camera. Do not forget to seal your projects. They are going to make it last a very longer time. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Whatever the supplies I have used, I have mentioned that in the video description box. You guys can check that. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care. Bye bye.